there are good Katsinas, and there also are bad Katsinas. And the reason for that is that that's the way it is in the universe too. There's the good and the bad. And just a side note on that, I think that Eisenhower made a deal with the bad sky people way back in the 50s. So that's also a representative of that. And there's quite a lot of discussions that are going on, but a lot of discussions based upon how we are supposed to continue as part of the introduction to a lot of different folks outside the pueblos. And of course, the exposure has already been made. But what it is about the Katsina people is that they are the direct connection between the people and the gods. And they represent the gods, or cannot no longer come here in the form that they used to be. And so somewhere in the past, the gods from the sky actually used to come to the pueblos or other Indian settlements at that time. And you look at some of the pueblos that are now sort of not in existence anymore as living pueblos, like the Chaco culture, the Mesa Verde culture, and even down here in Arizona, up around the Sedona area. I think there's a pueblo that used to be there called Tuzukzuk. And that's one of the pueblos that we all know about in our prayers and in our system, but we don't know it by the names that were given them. And that was by the settlers and the other groups that came after they conquered this part of the country. But the Katsina system started, according to our teachings, perhaps probably about maybe 1,000 years ago. And the reason for thinking on that part is because all the archaeological excavations have never revealed anything that represents a Katsina mask. And so I started researching this with my, especially my parents and my Kiva folks and some of the religious leaders sometime back, about 30 years, maybe even 40 years ago. My question was that why do we dance the Katsinas? Why are the Katsinas made the way they are, and they are represented in such a manner that they look, some of them are beautiful, some of them are real gross looking things, and how come they have all different sounds, and what the purpose, each one has a purpose. And the answer that was given by many different groups was that they're representatives of what used to be here. And when those actual gods used to come to the pueblos, they had two things that occurred. First of all is the abductions. They actually abducted people from the pueblos, and of course when abductions occur, you're going to have a decrease in your population. And the second thing was that when they used to come in their form, that people would actually, especially the females, would actually fall in love with those Katsina. Well, they didn't call them Katsinas, they call them the gods at that time. So if you look at this in a parallel with other, for example, the Greek mythology and so on, we have that whole thing that's also within place on that. But in the Southwest, we still practice it to this day.